What's up, y'all? This is Jeffery, Jeffery TV, coming to you live on American Sunday. Happy Game 7 Sunday. Happy Game 7 Sunday. Happy Game 7 Sunday. I just fired the cameras up. I'm actually over here trying to get all this data backed up so I can drop it off and put it at the remote storage location. Basically, it's called, when you have offsite, offsite offering, just in case something happens at one site. You want to have multiple sites to back up your data. And during that time, I had a little bit extra time, so I had to copy it over because I waited. I didn't do it last night. Usually you can just let it run all night, but usually I just let it run while I'm doing something else, but I didn't. But basically, so I had some time to do that. And I am getting ready for Game 7. Get ready to go out and get my steps, go out, do it for Game 7. I'm going straight indie. I'm indie. I'm going with the underdog. I'm going with the underdog. Indiana. And especially trying to put a little bit of emphasis on Halibutton to step up. For whatever reason, I don't even think I like Halibutton. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I want to, bet on them. I just want to see Indiana do it. I mean, OKC is definitely the better team. The bigger story would definitely easily be Indiana winning it, and just make it more exciting. And it's in Oklahoma City, and I'm getting 7 points. I put 50 on them with 7 points, and I put 10 on them with the money line. And I did a parlay with first I did a parlay with Halibutton, because I just want to see Halibutton step up and do something. And then I did a parlay with McConnell. So actually, and then first I did the parlay with just Halibutton. I said, when I got to get McConnell on this. McConnell's my dude. I was saying through the, text, posted messages through the whole series that McConnell is better than Halibutton. He provided a spark when he come in. And so I did a parlay with him, maybe what I have, maybe 15 points for McConnell, 4 rebounds or something like that. And I think I had rebounds or something. I don't know. I got a nice little, considering how terrible the odds are when doing this, considering how terrible the odds are when doing this, I got some decent odds. You get like plus 200, just odds. But I guess the idea is, you basically really don't care if you win $60, $70. You want to go ahead and put like a 20 on something that's going to make you pay, like long odds, 16 leg parlay, and you just try to nail it right, because the odds on the parlays are low. What it is, they offer all you these parlays, but the odds are like low. It's like, you can even bet, something that's almost guaranteed, but the odds will be low. Then you stack them, and hopefully you can get a nice return. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm betting Indiana. Figured I'd throw a backdrop on there. I think this was in Amsterdam. And I was fascinated by how many bikes there were there. So I took that picture, Amsterdam, walking. I think I was walking from Halibutton, CMP Funk, walking to the train station to go into Amsterdam. It was funny. I woke up with to check out the hotel. I was staying in the same hotel P Funk was staying at, so they was all outside. So I walked outside, I was talking to them, talked a lot, Mr. Curry and all them, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Support. And then I just got my roll on and walked off. Started talking to them, and I just got my roll on and started walking off, So they're chilling with him for a while and walked off and got the train to the next hotel. I think I saw all those bikes. I saw something like that. I was like, all these bikes, my God. And then over there too, and then when I got back here walking, you realize the importance of those ringer bells. I probably told this story before, but it's something that's recurring, so it must mean something. Those little bells you should get on your tricycle. Ring, 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 ring. You know, what are these for? You learn once you start riding a bike in the city or the city traffic and stuff. You learn, you hear that ring, 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 you look up. You hear that ring, ring, ring. You're like, okay, people. I hear you. I hear you with the ring, 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 ring. Let me fix this. That a little better if I put it like that. That a little better. You hear it with the ring, 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 ring. And you say, as soon as you hear it, you like jump. Oh, you hear it coming. You go, oh. You're like, oh, here it comes. And you try to get out of the way. How about like that? Is that okay? Yeah, it's fired up the cameras. The first time I got fired up the cameras in so long. So I didn't know if they were working. In fact, they kind of weren't working. No, they were working. They were working. They're just not adjusted and set up for, what I'm doing. And then test the microphone, make sure it's getting audio, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so now I got all my stuff in my backpack. I'll throw this on my back. I'll take this mic off because I got two different wireless mic systems. I got an in-house mic system and I got a walking mic system. And it's kind of nice. I like it. Anyway. I knew damn well I should have wore shorts. I knew damn well I should have wore shorts. It's too hot out here to walk around in jeans. Now the long sleeve shirt was the decision. It's like a thin rayon type stuff, so I ain't worried about that. But these pants, my legs is burning up. Game 7 Sunday. Getting my steps in. Default location. Alternate weekend route. No, this ain't the alternate weekend route. This is the alternate route. What do I call this route? Alternate Balboa Lake route. I don't know what you want to call it. We're getting ready, trying to figure out what I want to eat, of course. I'm thinking more and more that I want to go to the grocery store and get something and go from there. I'm thinking more and more I want to go to the grocery store and get probably 5-pound bag of potatoes, make homemade fries, and then kind of add stuff to it that I already got. I think I got hot dogs and hamburgers. Maybe can pick up a couple things of buns. Oh, I need cheese. I'm out of cheese. Got pickles. So I can have hamburgers and french fries. That sounds good. I was thinking fried chicken. Google Stater Brothers. There's Louisiana fried chicken up around here. It's not in the hood. And when I went and I got the food, it wasn't spicy enough. And I guess I understood that, where I was in Tarzana. So, what you expect in Tarzana? When I got it, I guess the guy told me, it's interesting, because I can't remember how the conversation came up. I've only been there once. But I might have said something, I wanted spicy or something. He said, next time when you call and order it, tell them, to make it spicy or whatever. So I was thinking about doing that. That's only like 20 minutes away. But I'm thinking more and more, I want to cook or prepare something at home. Be nice if they have my ribs on sale. That'd be nice if I go up in there and they had them on sale. That'd be real nice. But, it is what it is, as they say. Put money on Halibutton and McConnell and the Pacers today. 5 o'clock, tip off. I should be getting home 2:30, 3 o'clock. And give me plenty of time to do what I gotta do. The more I think about it, the more idea of cooking them French fries sounds to me. Get a 5-pound bag of potatoes. And you know what I do? I got a potato peeler, you know, and most of the time I will, you know, wash them off, wash the potatoes off. Okay, occasionally. And I'll peel them, and I keep the skins. And I'll fry the skins up and eat them. Nachos. I was thinking nachos. No, I wasn't thinking nachos. I just thought of nachos just now. But I was thinking manwich, maybe some Togos, I don't know. Maybe a pastrami Reuben sandwich. Fried chicken, of course. You know how it goes. I'm pretty sure. Got a encampment here. A few people doing what they do out here. Put the camera down as to make it look like I'm not video recording when I actually may be. No, ain't no actual about it. Because I definitely am. Ain't no actual about it. I'm 100% doing that. So, I don't know what y'all saw or didn't see. But it was actually, looked like a black girl, Mexican girl, something else. They didn't look too healthy or happy either. As I said, being out here, you get used to it. Become numb to it or get used to it. However you want to call it. Then you'll be out here walking. Then you'll see a middle-aged or so white woman running. You know, somebody obviously, well, not obviously, but probably not affluent, but in the system, you know, working or whatever degree. Prosperous, I don't know, you know what I mean? Not unhoused. It's funny, especially downtown. You be walking downtown, you seeing these dainty little, genteel looking, tiny females, all makeup and hair and necklace, hair and makeup and lipstick and all that stuff. Stepping over one of the filthiest human beings you may have ever seen in your life. That's all in the same area. I don't know if it's the generation, but they don't have fear. They don't have too much fear. And they probably have compassion. They probably feel sorry for these people. Maybe not knowing the violence or whatever. That's capable of down there, but I'm sure they know. But you know, it's like my supervisor said, our imagined experience of what you may or may not go through, obviously, is not your experience, or you would be a lot more apprehensive and a lot more cautious. Just not. You know. Probably with me and racism. People tell me this, white people that, watch out, this. It's not my experience. So I just, do. Just being black, or being blackity black, whoever you want to call it, just ain't on my radar. Not even a blip. I mean, I'm aware of it. I'm proud of it a lot of times. And probably more so than not, I use it to my advantage. Or I'll take advantage of it, I should say. Being black and the stereotypical treatment I'll get in certain situations because I'm black, especially in today's climate. Oh my God, it's disgusting. But, I was thinking, I'm not black, I'm Jeffery. It's better than being black. I don't go out and celebrate my blackness. Number one, if that's anything along the lines of identity politics, I ain't trying to associate myself with too much. That's just number one, across the board, black, white, race, whatever, religion. There's only a few things that I really associate with me. P-Funk, atheism, and the Steelers. Other than that, and maybe computer people. Maybe computer nerds or, Android. I'm definitely an Android Windows person. I like to, and I'm not going out there, rapping. And I do wear a Cubase hat. Steinberg Cubase is the professional software I use to do music. I do wear that hat, literally, and I bought a t-shirt. And there's a lot of bands I like, I buy their t-shirts. Speaking of bands, LA Maggots. LA Maggots we staged a memorial for Bluefoot. Talked about Bluefoot before. He's one of the purest funk cats I ever know. He was just pure, just funk, straight. There was no politics. There was like no agenda. There was no conflict. As far as, how some of the relationships and stuff can go in the funk world and funk people and this and that. He was just, he just didn't mess with that stuff. I was in his room. There was some P-Funk legacy in there. He was showing me his stuff and wall and albums, and music stuff and drums, drumsticks. As I look back, it was definitely an honor to have had that experience. Just the same as I'm gonna be sure next time I go back there, I'm gonna go into P-Funk Haven, Harry Funkster Jones. I'm gonna make a point to make it over there, at least get the selfie, say I've been here, Somebody brought it up to me at the LA Maggots gig yesterday. Did you get a chance to go to? I had mentioned it on a previous Walk podcast. But anyway, it was a memorial. It was a jam. It wasn't a LA Maggots show. And that became evidently obvious early and quick. It was just, I guess musicians got together, did this, did that. Charlie Lake did the most. I was calling it the Charlie Lake Show. He sat there, he had a guitar and keyboard. He killed everything. He killed the guitar solos, keyboard solos, bass lines on the keyboard. I think he even picked up the bass, played the bass a little bit. This is like 4 or 5 hours. He sat there, and every time I hear something, they catch my ear. I look around and see who's playing what. Sure enough, it's Mr. Lake. He just got to me, it's got a beautiful sound. I usually walk over there to the lake. It's like an extra maybe 1,000 steps or so. Not today. I'm turning around and bringing it back. Not today. This is the person who made me think of, I already told y'all. I kind of already editorialized it, didn't I? So now I'm holding it up. I'm holding it up like I'm actually talking to it, but it's facing forward. Put people at ease. Is that what I'm doing? And now I'm actually gesturing to the camera like it's taking my picture. Yeah. I know. As you know, put the little white girl at ease. Or, yeah, put the little white girl at ease. But also, anybody. It could have been anybody. I wouldn't want them to think I'm filming them. People still weird about that. Even though it's legal, I'm well within my right, et cetera, et cetera. I come from an era where you just didn't take people's pictures, especially take them and put them on the internet or anything like that. You just didn't do it. It was a few years there where it got kind of hairy about pictures, people getting used to pictures being posted on the internet. One time I was at my job at Artists and Entertainment. I took pictures. Because I mean, I'm working with some of the prettiest women in the world at that place. I took pictures, I posted them on the internet, not thinking nothing of it. A few of them got somewhat upset about it. I was like, okay, that's when I started to learn. That's when I started to learn. That's really when I started to learn that to have the control that I want over a project or anything, I got to do it completely independently or as independently as possible. Don't involve anybody else, anything. That's always been a big deal for me. Somebody else having a say-so over a project or something I'm working on. It's mine. That I guess, I don't want to say that I buy into, whatever, because my job, they can tell me whatever, I'm gonna do it. That I've accepted, more than just accepted, embraced. But when I come home, it's Jeffery TV. I'm sitting there doing music. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And the music I've recorded with other people. I'm not sure how explicit I was about it, but it's understood that I'm gonna do what I want with this music. Whatever you do in this place, I'm gonna do what I want. You can have some input here and there, but basically people come over, and I think Charlie Lake he said, he trusts me. I said, it's kind of cool y'all come over here and do this, Like, who am I? What is this? What's going on? He said he trusts me. I'm like, why would, you go over somebody's house or whatever and basically give them, I don't want to say give them free music, but something like that, talent. To give them a tangible part of your talent for free or without, compensation or regulation or anything. I'm probably overstating it, but I've always said too, here's what we'll do then. Before you sue me, call me. Let's get it all worked out. In fact, sue me, call me, we'll stage something, make sure a reporter is around, get video of it. You can sue me and do this and do that. And we can stay cool, No reason for us to be enemies. It's a business. But anyway, yesterday was Charlie Lake's show. Kinsworth, Oli showed up, Oli Nero showed up. I met a dude, X-Ray, on bass from Funkatagious. So a band or a group I've heard about for a long time. But never, I knew they were down here somewhere. I knew they did this, did that, places. But the fun, to meet them, all of us in the same circle, LA Maggots. And I think, he might be like a Maggot subsidiary or whatever. P Union, Stone the Clown. Dude is, speaking of him, just solid. And old Nero always tell me to get professionals. He said, only work. He's such a business professional musician that he has a criteria and a judge point, based on, because he did cruise ships and all that, so he comes from a music business standpoint and how to do it and the way to do it. He used to always say, get cats that play. And I said, what do you mean play? And he told me to, play at clubs, play professional, get paid to play regularly. And he said, you'll see the difference. And I have. For some things, I want a novice amateur to come in, do this and that. But I've been spoiled. So people who come to my studio, I don't know if I can say got chops. I don't know how to put it. But people who come to my studio be bringing something. Like Tony, first person I started recording with, he never played professional. He didn't play out, play professional. But he'd been working on whatever he's been doing for so long. When we got together, he brought what he bought, I bought what I bought. The technical side and recording and this and that. And it worked. He come off the top of it, and he got me used to just coming off the top of the head, walking in, and just play something. We do 3, 4, 5 songs, riffs or jams or whatever, a day, a session. And it wasn't like take it from the top, put this here. It wasn't the stereotypical way that professional musicians used to do it. And I ran into a little bit, not problems, but issues, but conflicts because of the style, the way I record. Because they be like, take it from the top. I'm like, there is no top, just keep playing. And I was thinking recently too, like a few days ago, I might go ahead, there's a song I want to go ahead and work on and show you my style or technique of doing that. Because I tell Tony, just keep playing it. Everything's on a separate track. Just keep playing that. If it's a guitar riff, he already did the bass line. So you do the bass line. Just do the bass line. Just keep playing it. Just keep playing it over and over and over. Keep playing it over and over and over. And I'll go and I'll get the best loop or the best take of that, and I'll splice it in, and I'll mix it down and get it all, as good as it could be. And with the tools I got in the DAW, I can move notes, change key, change octaves. I can do all that. So I can actually take a bad note and basically fix it. Whereas old school days were, hey, let me do it again. They'd be like, hey, let me play it again. I don't want to have another person involved in it. So, and I got a song he did, I think it was kind of cool. I hear some stuff, like, cool, I can do this, do that. I don't want to go through the process of putting it together, making it work. And of course, make a production out of it, record it. Trying to figure out the best way to do that. I wonder if I run Cubase on the OBS computer and then run and just screen capture. Because what I usually do is run it on my main computer and mirror it through the internet, some app or service or program I got, mirror it to the internet to my laptop as a display that I can, and it looks decent, you know. So think about that. Plus I need the Mark Lee. I call Mark Lee, keyboard player, come up, you know, to come through. Say, hey man, we could be down in your neighborhood. LA Mag and stuff. He came, you know, met folks. He knew him. We've actually, look up, dog. We've actually, hey, you gonna like move over? You see that? Ain't nobody in that other lane. And I know I shouldn't be walking here. It's not the point. But I guess he's holding his ground like I'm trying to hold my ground. And I'm trying to hold my ground in a place I shouldn't be. So that's how I look at that sometimes. Anyway, I got a lot of music. I got stuff. Hopefully, me getting back to work, me being able to clear my head of a job, burnout, and get a few other things handled and taken care of regarding my mother and caregiving and this and that, and just get things settled to give me more space, more time to do stuff. Because even, you know, with the caregiving thing, my mother went on respite care, I think that's what they call it, for a month. She's in a facility, really nice facility. Really, really nice. I don't know if I talked about this before, but the place is nice. The place is nice, and she said she likes it, and I like it, et cetera, et cetera. And it's almost to the point where whatever how much this costs I want, I will pay whatever it costs to have her here, just to alleviate, free my mind up, you know, to get this off my plate. Then if that happens, something else comes on the plate. But it's nowhere near as heavy as having, you know, caregiving be there for her. And I see Mark Lee came out, keyboard player. I met it when I worked in Internal Revenue Service. In fact, I met him when I worked in Internal Revenue Service. I think I worked there a couple years. Is at the federal building downtown where they're protesting and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I worked in that building. Met him at our 6th Street office. And so you play keyboard? I said, yeah. Alan here. Met him there. He plays guitar. Why don't you guys come over and let's just jam, you know, just jam out, mix them, you know, do this, do that. I do, you know, technical part. I love doing my technical part. Get things set up, wired up, cameras, et cetera. Make videos, and they play. You know, we would get chicken and, you know, make a festive. Make it festive, you know, it's cool. It's a lot of fun. Need to get back to it. People have been over my house. People have been over my house. I should probably, I don't want to use the word exploit, but I should probably take advantage of that. And basically it comes down to take advantage of who I am. The respect I get or don't get, you know, my not popularity, but how many people know me, or even popularity and, you know, my personality, all that comes together. All of it comes together inside Jeffery TV. I mean, just getting people to come over. People gotta like you. They gotta like you and trust you. And feel comfortable around you. And that comes from a person having to build themselves up. That starts with you, not them. Integrity. I'm the same person. I'm the same Jeffrey with the LA Maggots as I am with my mother. And that might be a problem. And some people may see that as being a problem. But I'm not really the same. See, people fly by you and they'll be like, whoa, another one. Y'all need to get a ringer or something. See that? What's that? I was just talking about the video earlier. Amsterdam, people had them ringers. Let people know. Just can't go zooming by. You don't know. Somebody might make a move or something, or not hear something, or see what I'm saying? Need to be a PSA, public service announcement regarding this. And the PSA, the other PSA I wanted to have was for if you're riding in the left lane, that's the fast lane. If you ain't passing nobody, get the hell out of there. Don't be cruising in the fast lane. It's like people out here in California don't quite understand that. And I think it's the law. And I've told this story before, and I might be bragging, but when I was driving on the wrong side of the road in London, between London and Bristol and Manchester and the sort, every now and then I get caught in the right lane, or I end up in the right lane, which to me is the slow lane. And over there, they enforce it. They enforce it. A couple of times, police, get over there. Yes, sir. Oh, oops. Yes, sir. Stay out of that lane. So I stay in the right lane, just hug it. You know, speed limit, 2 hands on the wheel. Looking for them goddamn roundabouts. Them roundabouts drove me crazy. Whew. Them roundabouts, there's a certain way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to dip in, go into the inside lane, and only be in the outside lane when you exit or something. I'm like, shit. I'm like, switching lanes inside a roundabout? Are you mad? And then you gotta like 1 here, you know, 8 north that way, 3 west that way, 4 south that way. You know, and you're going round and around, you get stuck on. A couple times I got stuck on one. Had to go around a couple times. And now that I think about it, if I'd have had that mentality that it's okay, you can go around twice, you know, if you have to. And I think a couple times I might have missed one, missed my exit and had to go around. And the signs come up, and then I learned how to read the GPS, you know, on the phone. It wasn't on the dashboard like it is now. So I'd be looking at my phone. I think I had my phone mounted. And I started to learn how they say third, take the third outlet, take the third exit. They actually call them exits on the roundabout. Take the third exit and it'll say the name, and then you're going around, You got cars flying around you. You're driving on the wrong side. Number one, kinda. The steering wheel's on the wrong side. So, all of that, you know. I did it though, my crazy ass. Probably shouldn't have. Did too much. It was too much. I packed too much in too small a space. I packed too much in too small a space, so I really didn't have time to enjoy myself or anything. By the time I shoot, I really didn't have time to enjoy myself or anything, or really didn't take in there. Because I was in Manchester, the only thing I saw was the damn library. Because I was in Manchester, drove to Manchester, went to the P-Funk show, turned around, and just went and started headed towards London the next morning for that show. So I really didn't get to do nothing. Unlike when I was in Moscow, where that was 2017. That was like really before I really started doing stuff. I mean, really, you know, get really comfortable with international travel. Plus, I was in Moscow. I was scared to death. Like the only black person in the whole country. But it was cool. And I was apprehensive. I only did I stayed within a block. I didn't catch no Ubers, I didn't catch that. And it was like a funk thing going on too that I wanted to go to, and I saw it, and I looked at the Uber and this and that, but I didn't know the language, and I just felt, you know, I didn't want to, I was, you know, whatever. Shouldn't have been though. Probably one of the safest places ever, especially where I was. Because I remember where I was so pristine and nice. You fly into the airport, flew in at night. So the ride from the airport to the hotel, it was dark, so I really couldn't see nothing. And then so by the time you get down there, and I was like a few hundred feet from Red Square, literally. I walked in Red Square every day, that's the only thing I did. So it was all nice down there, it was clean. I was even saying there wasn't no litter on the ground, nothing. It was just pristine, no cigarette butts, nothing. It was just, you know, everybody was so nice, and I might even said it seemed like this was staged. It was so immaculate. But then when I drove back in the daytime and was able to see stuff, I was like, ooh, rusted out cars, dirty cars, not too many people, just, you know, more rugged, not industrial, but, you know, not so pristine businesses and shops and, you know, normal stuff, normal, well, what's normal? I would say, like along the lines of Youngstown, whereas where I had only seen the likes of like a nicer metropolitan area. What they doing down here? How I'm gonna do this? See, this is blocked off. Let me look, let me show you. This is blocked off. See, you ain't supposed to go down there. But this is the way I like to walk. Now, I can walk down there and go to Sepulveda. Is that open now? Looks like they opened it. This dude down here. Do I want to mess with that? He look okay, but you never know. Hold on. As I said before, it can get kind of dicey down here, and I put my camera away. I put the camera, everything away, phone and everything. Because this dude looked kind of muscular, and he was holding like a 2x4. Like You know, he looked like he, you know, may have been a formidable opponent should he attack me. And the diciness of it, the adrenaline going is also part of being out here. That is definitely, am I still? Oh, I forgot to put the thing on. Hold on, let's see what happens if I do this. I forgot to plug in the external microphone. Hold on. See if I plug it in. Let's start recording. Let's plug it like it did. Yep, looked like it picked it up anyway. It'll get kind of dicey down here. Racy and dicey. You definitely see things. You definitely see naked people. You definitely see stuff. And I've grown to, I ain't gonna say like it, but be entertained by it at the least. At the least, I'd be entertained by it. You know, you could probably get robbed down here. Yeah, it's nothing. I don't see too much of that. Cause you see the little white girl running. It'd be families just rode by on bikes and stuff with their kids. For the most part, you know. But, you know, and like I said, the being on guard or having that sense kick in or having to vibrate at that certain energy, I don't think is a bad thing. So now I'm thinking, I get home, shower, change clothes, and maybe eat something. That way I won't be starving myself. Because I still gotta go grocery shopping and that, unless I go get some food that's already made. But it don't take that long. It really don't take that long to cook this food. But I don't want to be operating too long on an empty stomach, so maybe I just get a little bit of grits, like a little tiny bit. And, you know, a little piece of sausage. I do some kielbasa sausage in the air fryer. Yesterday, let it cook. In fact, it's still sitting in there. Just put some in my stomach to get some water and get some hydration. And give me some time to cook. Depends on what time it is when I get back. But anyway, what was I talking about? Something about the LA maggots. Yesterday, I mean, folks show up, you know. J.R. Dixon, Daryl Moon, Buddha Blaze. I mean, I ain't gonna be able to name everybody. Callie, you know, the crew, Xavier, you know, Blackistan. A lot of cats I know but don't know. I know by face. You know, we talk like we know each other, and I may not know their name. Snake and Dave, Bobby Easton and his son was there. That was nice to see. Bobby Easton, son is, I don't know what the word is, so I ain't gonna say it. Physically challenged or whatever, I don't know. And he had him in his wheelchair and stuff, and he took him right up there to play bass and play guitar. Brought him right up there, you know, with him, like a little thing they had set up. Another thing about that Vermont Square thing, they said they just went down there, set their stuff up and play. No permits, no, don't have to, you know, talk to anybody, I don't think. Just go down there, set up, and they played. I was like, so theoretically, you could do this every Saturday, you know, because there was no permits involved. There's no permissions involved. Just show up and get it done. I mean, do it. I said get it done because I had an audience. Can you tell when I have an audience? Homeless guy over there. We made eye contact. I got kind of distracted. Because I'd be looking them in the face. I'd be looking folks in the face. When I'm walking down the street, I look folks in the face. And a lot of times I see kids or young men or whatever. Women I can understand. I see women, men, certain age, teenager, whatever. I'd be like, when you walking down the street, look folks in the face. Don't be walking with your head down not looking. I be wanting to tell them that. I don't know if I do, but I be wanting to. And here comes another dicey part. Here comes another dicey part. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. I want to see. I want to see if text comes out the way it should. Does that say private property or is it flipped? Is Jeffery TV properly arranged, and is this private property arranged? You see down there? It's all blocked off. Is that properly arranged? Now if I flip it and I turn around, it's flipped where I'm looking at it. This is my left hand. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. And right now I'm pointing at the Jeffery TV logo. There was some question as if before the orientation was different. Especially when I place pictures, because I want to be able to place pictures on this and see myself and give commentary. I don't know if that's the case, but I'll play with it when I get some time, not when I'm doing this. Anyway, you can see this area down here. Then down here used to be dogs running around, but they was dogs there to mess with you. And the homeless people. Used to be a whole encampment down there. They kind of cleaned it out. And so they put this fence up here. They put that fence up because they're doing metro work on the roadway and building buildings and stuff. And that used to be the walk path, so now you gotta walk down the street. So, you know how it goes. Anyway, I'm doing good. Did I tell you Mr. Scale told me 198.6 this morning? 198 when I woke up, under 200. Not sure how much I sweat or didn't sweat, how much I burned or didn't burn, but I can be 193 something. I could be like 193 when I get back there. That's why I'm thinking I might shower, get dressed, eat something, put something in my stomach, hydrate. Knock that edge off. You're sitting there having a function on an empty gas tank, empty system, which is kind of what I'm starting to feel now. But I'm getting close. Getting close to home. I guess that's protective services. It looked like he cruising, looking for stuff. Patrolling is the word. Looked like he patrolling. So anyway, I would take y'all through the diciest part of this walk, but I'm ready to put stuff away. Still got a little bit of ways to go, but the ending part, the end of the marathon is the hardest part. The first 2 miles, you're feeling pretty good. Then it starts to hit. And that's where I'm at now. So fired up last night after LA MAGA stuff and hanging out and doing all that. I didn't eat. Only thing I did, I didn't eat, did I? No. They gonna think I had was watermelon. I went to bed. Did I get up and get cookies? No, there wasn't no cookies tonight. All I had was watermelon. I went to bed. So I might be running. And didn't eat a lot yesterday, obviously. You can tell by the 198.6. You can tell by that 198.6. I didn't have a lot in my stomach yesterday, so. Well, anyway, I don't know how much you can see in low resolution, but you know. Anyhow, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery. Just got back from my walk. Looked in the refrigerator, the freezer. I don't feel like going nowhere. I looked in there, I said, whatever I got in there, I'll eat. Whatever's in there, I'll eat whatever in there. I'll make it work. I don't feel like going nowhere. I'm gonna shower, throw on some clothes, go in there, make some food. I had hamburger buns and hot dog buns. They're frozen. I don't care. I don't give a damn what kind of condition they may or may not be in. I just don't care what kind of condition they're in. They're gonna be bread, and I'll make a special meal. Today's supposed to be my special meal, before Wednesday. I'm gonna go back to work. So, because Monday I want to start my regiment. Technically, Monday I want to start my regiment, and be all, it's a walk. It was a walk. How many steps I did? Let me see how many steps I did. I know I did over 10,000. I don't even count them anymore. 11,009. Can you see that? Of course you can't. Can you see that? Oh, yeah, the green screen is on. You can't see nothing. 11,009. Green screen is on. You can better see nothing. See that? Green screen is 11,009. This one should work. 11,099. Just had to do it. Woo! All right. So we get ready for the game. We'll take a shower, put something in my stomach. I might be able to survive with, let's go ahead and, in fact, I can start cooking stuff now. I can start some of the stuff cooking now. And in the air fryer, I cut my cooking times in the air fryer down to half. Literally cut them down to half. Literally cut it in half. Woo! Woo! Literally cut it in half. I did it though. I didn't see it bad.